exactly what one has to do. Bless them. Will be blessed of God. I believe. The Lord shows His reality. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Secure. He hung there naked. And he hung there for me. And by my suffering, I understood a fraction of the suffering of Jesus. One has to do. To lose your life, to lose your life, to lose your life for Jesus' sake. And that's exactly what one has to do. The Lord shows His reality. I'm one of them. Love so amazing, secure, so divine. Demands my life, my soul, my all.
What we accomplished and where we're headed for the next couple days. Normally we would start a training like this. Yeah, you got some scars and scratches going on up there. Normally we would have started a training like this if we had a private range in a classroom. We would have talked for a while and then went out to the range.
Correct.
But we didn't do it that way, say, because we were more trying to secure our location, get it done as fast as we could. So we did good. We talked about 5 points of contact on a rifle. Why is that important?
Because without one, you ain't none.
Yeah.
You need the five.
Stabilization, because
Yep.
the more stable you are, stable shooting platform, less movement, the better accuracy. We didn't cover room and building clearing. That's all right, I got this. Thank you though. Now that you've done all of that work.
Bang! Shit! 3D!
Firing platform. Talked about one hand. Basically, you want to have a stable shooting position with one hand so that even if you detach, you still can boom. There's still, or if you're reloading, okay, all kinds of stuff. Okay, if you have only half of a grip, like the way they teach you how to do in other situations, you could drop your gun, a whole bunch of things.
Like in the video, when I was shooting the shotgun, I ran out of ammo. I grabbed the shotgun and I just shot with one hand.
Yep.
So it was just straight.
Yep.
I mean, not put it down after and then, not trip over it or something. Just hold it so nobody else will pick it up and put another round in it.
We could do more with that. Remind me, we could do more with that going forward with weapon transitioning when we do weapons again. So we could be like, you're clearing the rover, and I'll be like, transition, and you transition to your secondary weapon.
Right.
Because obviously, though we're teaching all this in separate pieces, we're teaching hand-to-hand separate, weapons separate, or knife blade separate, and then gun separate. They all combine to work together.
Correct.
You may have one handgun and a knife, or you may, and obviously you always have your hand-to-hand. That's the one thing TSA can't take from you. So
Exactly.
you got that. So the handgun we talked about, and we got the shoot. The basic difference with this is instead of coming straight like this, you're bladed.
Correct.
All right. 5 points of contact on the rifle. Okay. Also, we didn't talk about this yet, but the idea is, you're going to be looking. If you have a jam, we didn't do jams today, but your rounds can jam, and you have to remedy the jams. Charging handle. We did have some of that happen today. So even though we didn't break it down and everything. Let's see. We did +1, -1.
Right.
What is that valuable for?
Which way you moving?
Yeah.
If you're going left or right.
Communication.
And like we talked about most ranges, they're only shooting at one target. the entire time. You get used to doing this, boom, 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 boom. It
And
creates a
that's it.
tunnel vision. You're
Right.
used to saying, well, how close can my grouping get? How much, you know, all that kind of stuff. How small can the grouping be instead of, hey, there's a guy here, there's a guy over here. And obviously, even at the range, there's limitations because I really could only have you go like this. I couldn't have you move
Right,
here,
turning,
you know,
correct.
here, you know, do different things like that. But that's why I believe is really good to play like airsoft and like stuff like that. Is not just to play it with a bunch of 12-year-olds, but like to do it
But that's what you practice.
with a tactical mindset. Yeah. So we talked about different shooting platforms: standing, kneeling, and prone. What are the value in each? Just throw out one and why we do it. Why we did it.
With standing,
Yeah. What's good about standing?
better accuracy. You can view better, I don't say better, but more area. Kneeling is for more concealment for a smaller target. And then you can reload down, down low.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
what about prone?
Prone, that's if you got to shoot under something. More or less, now you're on the floor.
Yeah.
Straight up.
The obviously the best one to get away fast or to close distance fast is standing.
Right.
And the best one to have the most concealment but the least mobility is prone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you kind of got to decide
go.
what it's going to change.
If you're going to stay there or you're going to move.
Yep. Partner running and shooting, we did that. Basically, we talked a little bit about bounding. Jonathan talked about that. That's more of a squad thing, which is really important. Having suppressive, one guy shooting,
Suppressing
the other guy's
everybody
moving. You guys did that a little bit in your drill, a little bit. We're going to cover, we still have to cover, this will probably be tomorrow. If my son's here, he really wants to learn this too.
Okay.
So we'll teach it tomorrow. We'll also probably have some time where we'll talk about traditional tactics too, because Jonathan and yourself have all learned the SWAT, the original law enforcement stuff. So it's all, that stuff is pretty much standardized. It's okay. And again, I'm not all on one side or the other of the fence, but there's things like, SWAT tactics are great until you're by yourself. You know what I mean?
And then you have nobody.
and you can't frag out because you don't have a fragment. Grenade.
What's going on?
So basically, yeah, the guy opens the door, boom, and then everybody goes in.
But that's okay. I'm gonna jump in that. Maybe when you said that I did see something, I saw when the cops was missing. They got on top of the guy. This on Memphis Street. I'm talking about they was missing. You know what I mean? But what they did, they threw a flash grenade in there.
Yep.
And moved.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about that mud was like
It's just,
boom. I'm talking about it blew windows out.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about it blew windows.
It's just a distraction until you get.
Distraction, man. That give you a heart attack. You can hear across the street. It was more than the gun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
That's
boom.
exactly what this is
I was
for.
like, what?
That's for use for like the bad guys are sleeping at 3 in the morning, and you want to get in there before they all pick their weapons up.
Right, that's it. That's a flashbang, and they're gonna do this. And
Nah,
that's,
but this guy was like taunting the police. He didn't have a gun. He just like, he went like this, like, what y'all gonna do?
Yeah.
that's when the beanbag comes on, right to the forehead.
Nah, them all shoot live rounds.
Oh, no,
They
on Mumford?
missed.
I saw the video.
I used to live there.
I
was right there. Yeah, man.
Oh, that was you in the back running. No,
I'm really surprised. I didn't look at this paperwork a lot today. We really hit almost every bullet point.
it's because if you break it down, it looks like a lot because you're trying to cover like bail enforcement,
Yep.
private investigation, sorry, executive protection, and armed security,
Keyword.
armed detail. It's all the same aspect because no matter how you put it, it's just a different name.
Yep.
You're doing the same thing.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right.
Right.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
That's right.
I mean,
It is.
the way you pull out your gun at the range is the way. Once that gun comes off the holster, that means you're gonna use it. You ain't tormenting nobody.
Right,
You're not
right.
faking nobody out.
Right.
That's like in the Secret Service. In law enforcement, your safety's on. It's 2 steps: out, safety off, and pull it. That's why they went to Glocks, because Glock, the safety's on the trigger.
Yep.
Now,
Safety
for
on-
Secret Service, there's no safety. It's just 1 step out and shoot, because they don't want to fumble, with all that mechanism and, is it one in the chamber, or if there's one, the safety's on. It's just straight and out.
Air Force Security Forces was like that too. They wanted you to be live, round of the chamber, safety off.
Correct.
So that you can just pull and
And
squeeze.
shoot, that's it. You don't
I
have
did
to worry
not,
about it.
personally, I did not like that. The Israeli method is more don't have one in the chamber so that you have that extra. That's your Glock safety is racking
Right.
around.
That's it. Yep.
And also you have that. You better. This is for real. Look what I'm doing. Rack. You know what I mean?
What I like in that system is because they all do it at the same time. They say they pull out, they turn it, and then they bring it back, and they're ready to go.
Yep.
And they do it at the same time because
Right.
that's the way they train.
And it's
Right.
it's even this.
Amazing. It's amazing.
It's even as you pull into position.
Right.
So it's like
Yep.
it's
And
part of
mid-range.
the actual
Mid-range.
coming into
Mid-range.
place.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
And then they split. They do the split. And they.
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme with
Yes,
two
sir.
chairs.
Would you like a chip?
So what we didn't cover, really, we didn't talk about it much. Barricade shooting. We'll cover
Okay.
that when we do some in-house tactics.
Okay.
Barricade shooting, the 45-90 concept. We didn't talk about that really much. The peek method we talked about a little bit, but peeking is a way of just,
Come around.
this is my doorway. I'm kind of like peeking
Right.
before I go
Right.
through the doorway.
When you roll in.
Alright?
Right.
So if somebody's hiding around the corner,
You're
I can
done.
see them before,
Right,
you know,
before they
before
shoot
I
you.
jump through the door.
Correct.
I knew that.
Let's see.
That's why it's called peeking, and you're the duck. The peeking duck.
As we go on with these two things, I might integrate some stuff with the guns too, where we do. I mean, all of us here have some basic hand-to-hand stuff, some more than others. But the thing is, and there's such a small group, I might have us do stuff where we're defending against one guy. Now, a secondary guy comes, and you have to draw your weapon. So it gives you that transition time. A lot of times, people who are trained with weapons, like what happened today, are they don't have as much training hand-to-hand. So,
Or vice versa.
and vice versa, the people
Right.
that hand-to-hand don't have much weapons training.
Right.
And I think really, to be completely balanced out, you need both. You need to have both. And I'm not talking size and samurai swords, I'm talking what we were doing today.
Right.
The 3-gun system, just to review what that is, long gun, and the 2 different types of long gun, which is the shotgun, the short-range long gun, and the rifle, the long-range long gun. So, and then the handgun, and that could be any type of handgun, semi-automatic, revolver,
Anything.
you know, doesn't matter. Let's just talk about this real quick. Well, there's some stuff that we'll. Let's just talk about active shooter real quick. And no, not active shooter. I'm sorry. Use of force. And deadly force, because we didn't talk about that at all today. So, I get a lot of questions in the martial arts world. Well, when can you kill somebody?
Wait. But this is something that they might ask you, maybe not you, like in court or whatever. You know, they're gonna ask you, did you shoot to kill?
Right.
Now, what I was taught, it says I was shooting to stop him.
Right.
So, what's your take on that?
You're always trying to. Yeah, you're always gonna be the defender.
Well, what I'm saying, what's the lingo? What would you say?
See, the lingo is the lawyer's expertise, but
I'm
you don't want to say.
You do.
If you say to somebody, you shoot to stop. Everything we do is self-defense. We do to stop the threat.
That's right.
Okay, so that's.
'Cause some-
I want it to be.
Stop the threat.
I want it to be just like
I
that.
stopped the threat.
But you follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you say shot to kill, that's
No,
like a
then,
shot
yeah,
against you.
you're going in. You're going in.
But you follow what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean?
Well,
So
and also
that's
the whole shoot to kill thing comes with this idea that you can actually do something other than that. Like shoot. Oh, I'm shooting for kneecaps. There's nowhere in any department, in any military unit that tells you
No
you shoot him in the shoulder, you shoot him in the
hell
knee.
no.
We're shooting to wound, or you're shooting to maim.
Stop him.
No.
It just doesn't exist.
It's all center mass.
If we can only hit 2 out of 10 rounds into center mass, with all the training that police have.
But and I like that because on Mumford Street, I saw a lot. There was a lot of. Matter of fact, I had a round. And there was a lot of rounds. That dude only got shot twice.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like at least 5 of them unloaded on his
It's an urban legend or myth.
I'm
It's
serious.
it's absolute not true thing. It's a mistake to think that you can shoot people like cowboys. Like I can shoot his trigger finger off his gun.
By the
stuff.
time he pulls the trigger, I blew his thumb.
I mean,
off.
maybe some people can do it.
Yeah,
I know I
that's-
can't do
no,
it.
yeah.
But and definitely not when your heart is pounding.
And you're
You just had to
stretched.
run.
Yeah.
We had to run across the field to get in range and shoot. And you're doing this.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
he talked about holding your breath control. That was a good thing.
Oh yeah.
So deadly lethal force, right? So you have, it's changed now, and you might be able to talk about this a little bit too, is when I was studying it in the Air Force, it was a pyramid. And it was at the very lowest level, these are all officers. This is taught to officers, it's not taught to citizens. Which I think is a mistake. I think all martial arts instructors should know how to teach this stuff. Because when you're teaching somebody to punch somebody in the face, poke somebody in the eye, strike somebody to the throat, cut somebody with a blade, you're teaching them stuff that could potentially kill the other person.
See, but thing about, okay, and I'm gonna hit you with that. Now, there you go. It depends on the sensei or the sifu. Just like the guy I see, just like recently, right? Certain things I know being brought up. Some people are senseis, some people are teachers, some people are coaches. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to get at is, it should be taught. In some schools, it is taught.
Right.
Some schools,
no,
it's
I
not.
agree. I agree.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there, you know.
But I also think, but there's like an actual format to it. They called the use of force continuum, which was like a triangle thing. At the bottom level, it was basically verbal communication, okay, and basic verbal de-escalation. You have a situation with somebody, sir, I need you to put the knife down. Sir, step away from your wife. Sir, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
It's almost, okay, and it's
de-escalation.
Right, it's almost like, okay, reactionary force, when I was in the military. It's a halt. What goes there?
Right.
You your business, you advance.
Right.
Follow me? So it depends on what you're taught.
It's all verbal.
Right.
Okay? It's verbal, if you can, at the very beginning, it should be verbal.
Right, if you can.
And so then, a lot of times,
it don't be that
if
way.
dude jumps out with a knife, you can't be like, sir, put the knife down.
No.
But then
Sometimes
after,
you can't say nothing.
No, you can't, right.
It's just knife, boom, boom, and...
Right.
yeah.
And we have seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just recently.
And
That's the whole thing is, you're in a situation where now you might be comfortable somebody pulling out a blade because you're used to it because of the training, your background, or whatever the case.
Yes.
Now, a regular citizen,
Yeah.
So,
We're talking about use of deadly force. You're talking about how some schools are teaching it, some schools are not.
No. What I said was, this is what I said. You said something to the fact as far as schools should teach this. The schools or instructors that I've had, I tell you, I have over 7 with us, and they teach you certain things.
Right.
But the thing about it is like, in most states, there's not a thing. It might be on the books, but there's no such thing as self-defense. Is that true, officer?
well, I mean, there is to a certain amount
Go ahead.
where
Oh, to a certain amount. Go ahead.
to a certain amount because
Right.
everybody's, how can I say, reaction time is different.
Yes.
Yes. You might be
I like that.
you might be used to somebody coming at you with a knife and you don't feel threatened because they're not in your space. Now, citizens don't know this because one, they don't have any training or they don't feel comfortable. They do this. If I'm carrying a gun, guess what? I'm not waiting for you to decide what you're gonna do with that knife. I'm putting down, down range.
And wait, I'm jumping in real quick. And forgive me for earlier, gentlemen.
No.
But the thing about, see, like I told Mark, myself, I'm not a close talker. This is my personal space. I don't like people like in my face to even talk to me.
Right.
Or touching your keys.
Point me. wait, I'm going there. Wait.
Guys, you missed it, but we had an episode where.
Go ahead. No, but
it's your story.
I might have came off a little coarse, like Legends just said, I'm like years ago. But this is me. Even my children, don't touch my stuff. Just don't touch it. Just don't do it.
Right.
That's the way I was brought up. As far as my mother and everybody. And he said, that's Chinese. That's what I tell him. I said, look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Right.
I said it 3 times. Did I say not?
He said, what does it have?
Wait. Listen. Wait.
What is this?
Wait. He did. Did he say this Chinese? Okay.
Right.
And he understood the freak I was saying, as I know he said earlier. I knew the way his lingo was, right? So I said, look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Right.
I said it 3 times. I did. I warned him.
Oh, no, you told them.
I warned him.
So I want
No.
I was waiting for him to get slapped with a chicken wing. Just
Go ahead. We did some citizens. That's all.
The training never stops. So even if it's taught in martial arts schools, most average people don't
That's the reason why I
understand.
did it.
They believe that cops should be able to shoot somebody in the kneecaps and not kill them. They believe that if somebody has a knife, you should never attack. You should never defend with a gun. You should only use a knife because they feel like there's some level. But the truth of the matter is, you can be killed. What is a deadly weapon? A deadly weapon is
anything.
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 You know, what is an assault? This is something the karate instructor said the other night. I want to pick on him. He'll probably never watch this video. He told me that you can't kick with shoes on because if you kick with shoes, that's considered a deadly weapon.
Who said that?
The karate instructor we were talking to.
Wait. That one that
Remember
you
he said that?
Wait. That's the one. Thank you for excuse me for pointing. That's the one that you said I was arrogant. Because like I said, I've been around instructors. I'm talking some thorough guys. Even his style, I ain't gonna use style. Even his style, not in none of my 500 or 600, 700 magazines. None. None.
So
But-
he
so
basically,
anyway, go ahead.
he was trying to say that
Trying to sell Mark.
he's trying to, if you kick somebody without your shoes, that's not considered deadly force. But if you kick somebody with your shoes, that's deadly force. That is completely nonsense. That doesn't
I
mean
say
anything.
I wear shoes so I don't break my toe.
You know,
I just want to kick you a little bit
If you
harder.
take your shoe off and you hit somebody over the head with it, yeah, you're assaulting somebody with a weapon.
But it is a weapon.
It
Right.
becomes a weapon
Right.
in your hand.
Anything.
Oh, it was almost like ooh, and this president was cool. Who was that they threw the shoe and he went like this? Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he switched
Twice.
up,
He did it
was
twice.
Like, ooh.
He's like, he's like, I can go left and I can
Yeah,
go
right. He
right.
went. It's true though. Good.
So basically,
The
the
Secret Service
bottom
didn't
line
even know
is,
that.
what he's saying, Sensei Long is saying is very important. Somebody's in your space.
Yes, thank you.
You,
Oh, yeah.
they are close
No,
enough
it's
to
true.
touch you or touch
Right.
your stuff. They're close enough to jam you with a knife.
Right.
Anything.
They're
It's true
close
though.
enough to do anything.
It's true though.
Right.
That's just for me.
And
Or,
so,
or take whatever you got on the table and use it because you're right there.
right.
You
and,
don't know. You
and
don't
the
know
reason
what
we
is,
train with weapons is because people are unsafe and people could kill you. Anybody could kill you.
Wait. I got jumping so we have this little oval, whatever conversation. Now, just like a couple times, like you just fresh coming from training. This wasn't practice. This was training. I'm fresh coming from training. My adrenaline is still
You're
flowing.
up, you're
You
up.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I was so quick with him.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Absolutely.
No, seriously. That's why I was so quick with him because I'm already.
You was
in that,
at- you were on
I'm
point.
I'm
You
already
were on
on
your
that.
focus, your
Right.
focus.
But you understand what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So and I did listen because I am a gentleman. Yeah. And
You did apologize.
And I apologize. Right?
I'll tell you a funny story.
Sure.
I was at a training, like what we did today, a live range training, and the instructor was like, I think he was a military guy too, or he was a police officer. I don't really know, but he was a little bit edgy. You know what I mean? And he's giving the safety brief in the morning. He's like, when we're doing dry fire training, you better have nothing in your weapon. If you do, if you point a live weapon at me or any of the other instructors, we will put you down. And he did not mean we'll give you a kung fu or karate
No,
twist lock.
it's
He
put
meant
you
they'll
down.
put you down with a weapon.
With a
Okay?
See, the thing about it is, and that right there captivates everybody's mind.
They remember that job, right?
But you follow what I'm saying? Because even like
It
you come
stood
to
out, it
if
stood
you
out.
come down to certain dojos, just like when I teach a couple of schools for Mark. You can come on in if you want to. I'm teaching babies.
Right.
I didn't come off cocky that much. Just
Right, because
I'm
it depends on your surroundings.
You know, I was
Depends
dealing
on
with
your
babies. You know what I mean?
Do you have the 10 Commandments of?
I sure enough do.
Wanna read them?
Nope.
It said no.
Nope. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm only using 5.
Okay.
I can't give the other 5 away.
All right.
Woo!
The
That boy
first-
is sweet.
the
That boy
first
is
5 are
sweet.
free?
Wait, nope.
The other 5 you gotta pay for.
No. But the
You
thing,
decide which one you want first.
no. But the thing about it is,
And,
Give me 6 through 10. I want to know the good
there we
ones.
go. And let me throw something out there.
Yes,
Like
sir.
we were talking about space and distances and
Good,
for a
good,
firearm
good,
or
good.
knife or whatever. Technically, for police officers, you can be 24 feet and I can shoot you. I don't have to wait until you come at me.
Yeah.
You got a firearm, a knife, a bottle, a brick.
See?
It's still a weapon.
It's a weapon.
It's just boom,
Yeah.
and that's 24 feet. So us, yeah, we have certain amount of distances that we feel comfortable. Like we're close because we know each other. But like if we're sitting somewhere and you got 2 different people, your back's on the wall and you're looking because you don't know where it's coming from.
And I like that because even myself, okay, like I'm at Walmart.
Oh, that's the Walmart.
Or
This is, by the way, Walmart needs to be
I'm a
paying us for all these commercials we're running for them.
Yeah. When we run out, where we go? Walmart.
or in a line, right? Myself,
I'm gonna have to call the corporate.
this is just me, okay? If a person is here getting ready, okay, they're in front of me.
Yeah.
This is their space.
Yep.
People right there, I want that space behind me also. You think I'm joking? Because even like I told you before, when people that come close to me, I always take a step back.
Yep.
It's just me. It's
And
just
that's
the way.
it.
It's just
That's
me.
your character.
It's just
Nobody
me.
can take that away from you.
Thank you, sir. I feel
Your brother.
but I don't have that it's somewhere.
It's all right.
But
we got 2 more days. We'll read at some point. But he's got some good stuff he's going to be sharing with us at some point. But so this is, we talk about the overlap of different weapons for defense. I mean, it all depends what you need, okay? Just to say I don't carry weapons because I'm a non-violent person, that's a dumb thing to say. Let me ask you, do you want all the police in your neighborhood to have their weapons taken away? Why wouldn't you? Because then people get away with everything. Guess what? You hope that when somebody's breaking into your house, you make it personal, somebody's breaking into your house, somebody's holding you at gunpoint, you hope that the police officers that respond don't come with a flashlight and a radio, that they come with a weapon.
And a pen. Take your name down.
No, but and okay, I'm gonna throw this out. I just thought this like recently when they said something about the first responders. Really, they're not. You know
No,
why?
you are. 'Cause you're the first one
wait.
there.
Oh, you agree? Thank you. Wait. Cause I summed this up, right? I think I did. Now, if they're the first responders, right? Why the hell are they asking you questions? Oh, you like that, officer, don't you?
That's how it
Wait. Oh, you like that, don't you?
The only thing
I'm just saying, though.
No, exactly.
If they're the first responders, why are they asking you
You should
questions?
be asking them questions
See,
on what happened.
and that's another reason, like,
Good.
after 9/11, I started training. Well, I should say, I began to look aggressively
Right.
for Israeli training. It was very expensive, and I think the first time I found out about where some was, it was in Atlantic City. It was being advertised at a trade show.
A trade show.
Me, Jonathan, his wife were all at, and we saw this video. We're like, oh my gosh, this is what we need, because the mindset of a country that's been at war with people that are trying to kill them ever since they started, you know what I mean? It's just different.
And we're still at war.
In America, we have so much space compared to other countries to spread out. We have so much law enforcement that we really believe we don't. It's kind of like we've forgotten how to. It's like, hey, if you can get your oil changed for $20, why do you need to learn how to change your oil?
Exactly.
But if it costs $200 to change your oil,
I bet you learn how to change
everybody
your
will
oil.
know.
Let me jump on this, right? Do you know that it's almost like every state, like New York is like a cop state, New Jersey's a cop state. But do you know that all the police, most of the police departments are not on the same page?
No,
Right or wrong?
you're right.
They're not on the same page.
And I mean,
It's not.
I don't want to get too deep into the scenario, but
Go ahead.
even within the police department,
Go ahead.
there's different beliefs
Sure.
within the agency.
Sure.
I mean, I've seen
Sure.
stuff where I can't elaborate, but it's
I'm sure. I
even
understand.
within
Yes.
the agency, there's always why you do that. Hey, you got to back off. No. And
Right.
they get into.
Right.
And that's your partner. Now
Right.
we're going into a situation. I hope when I turn around you're there.
Right.
But then, if you don't believe what I believe, or there's a discrepancy,
Your ass up.
you know, I probably get shot because
Right.
he moved,
Right.
and that's your okay to shoot me in the back just because I
It's
told you
true
no
though.
before.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it's true though.
And that's your partner. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then, like I said, I've seen and been in situations where your partner disagrees with you because he
Yeah.
has different beliefs.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you all went to the same academy, you all taught the same thing,
Yeah.
but why did you shoot them at 2 feet compared to 10 feet or whatever? But like I said, and it goes back down to what is your comfort zone and what do you think a threat is that you feel that you're going to get harmed
Right.
or they can kill you.
Right.
You know, it's totally going to be different. I mean, yours could be 5, his can be 10.
Right.
You don't want to find out what the outcome is
Mine
because
is
you
36
want to.
inches.
But that's, you know, it's right there.
Mine
You see what I'm saying?
Mine 36 inches, man. You can't get that. Oh, no. But I'm talking like and it's not being like paranoid or anything like that. It's just like one of the principles that we use. You know what I mean? That's your space. You know what I mean? You're assessing the situation, how many people there are. You know, it could be like one right there, one over there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But you know, once they come into that space, you gotta react.
The rental.
You know, it's not
It's the
like
rental.
right. You follow what I'm saying? So, go ahead, Sifu. Look.
No, that's good.
Oh,
It's all good
See,
stuff.
on that, like you were mentioning the space,
Listen.
it's that technically, depending on how you look at it, it's the space that you feel comfortable that you can get out the situation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's not who's coming or where they're coming from. It's just enough that I could react and back up and then engage to whatever's coming.
Right.
Now, you know, now somebody comes to the door, you ain't gonna jump out the window. This is your space.
Right.
Now we all gonna stand up
Right,
and
right,
take care
right.
of the situation.
Yeah.
But how far are you gonna let them walk in
Right.
order before you do something?
Right.
And that's your space means that I can go left, I can go right, I can get out the situation and take cover just in case. It's not the distance because from 2 feet to 20 feet, you can shoot them anyway, so it's not gonna matter. To me, it's the space that you have to get out.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That's my space. I mean, I've been in situations, person's right here in front of my face.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can yell, you can scream, don't
Right,
touch
right,
me.
Right.
Don't touch me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The minute I don't see your hands, either you're getting headbutt or I'm taking your ass down.
See, and
Because-
and I like that too because and that comes from training. You know,
But
I'm talking about experience.
But that's the whole thing.
right.
A regular citizen don't have the training.
Hell no.
So when the person goes here, what they're gonna do?
Yeah.
Close their eyes and hopefully nothing happens.
Right.
That's why I
right,
like-
Right.
Krav Maga, because I like where
Of course, of course.
if you gotta hit somebody, I want to see the nose go left and the eyes go back.
Yeah.
That's how close I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, and some citizens don't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, and nowadays you have more elderly, and I feel sorry for them because you grab an older lady, throw her on the floor, grab her stuff. She's not gonna defend herself. She's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, it's so many scenarios that we can't cover. I mean, we can cover 100, but there'll be 1,000 more that we don't cover.
So
Absolutely.
and that well, let me say this. I thank God for this right here that it happened.
I mean, that's,
Now we can put it out there,
Mhm.
edit it, this and the third, and put it out there,
Mhm,
and then it's going to sell. You gotta just
see, the way I look at it,
gotta do it more.
like I always go back.
Gotta do
Everybody
it, man.
brings something to the table.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what your background is. I don't know what yours is. I don't know what John's is.
No.
Sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping. That's his. Never mind. He's tired. Long flight. He didn't get no sleep, so he's good. He passed this part of the training. So you know
what you said is too good.
you know. So I don't know. And with this, it's good because we bring everything to the table. Like today, we made mistakes. You know, there were certain things that we did right, but to you could have been wrong because the way you were trained,
Sure.
or vice versa. Like I said, if you're in the police department or in the military, excuse the French, when shit go down, that goes out the window. Now I'm survival mode.
Yeah.
I mean, I become Rambo and RoboCop all at once because you know you can train, but the day it happens, just don't freeze.
Right. See, that's
And the thing is,
too.
you don't go back to the training because you should train that it's just second nature to you. Like I told you about the gun. From here, just boom, safety because you got your partners next to you. The minute you bring that sucker up, that means business. That's why they call it the business end of the barrel.
And the thing about it was, if you listen to what heard what I said,
Mhm.
it was kind of awkward, but it makes sense.
Mhm.
It's almost like when you learn a new technique.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't feel right until it feels right.
Until you
Oh, it doesn't
but-
feel right until it feels right.
But then you
Right.
understand why
Right.
it feels that way.
And
you know?
again, Mark, I appreciate you. You know, you even say, well, you know, you come to the
You
training,
take the
know,
time. That's all.
You know what I mean? Because you know, I was in class and I'm a layman, not learners. You know what I mean? And that's what a sensei or instructor or coach should be.
Mhm.
Not saying I am that, you know what I mean? But you know, if you come to a new school, you're a white belt.
That's it.
You guys are experts.
Everybody's
Look,
experts up though. I mean,
Look at you, expert. Look at he tired, and you know something. Now I know you're tired.
we're gonna
He's
call
beat,
for
he's
today. Tomorrow morning, I think we're gonna meet. Let's assume that we're gonna meet at parking lot. We'll meet on the top level of that parking lot.
Where?
Riverfront?
Yeah.
Okay. Where we were training in the beginning.
Yeah, because what I
okay.
want to do is walk. Well, I want to do some training like right around that bridge area because
Okay.
it's got some gates and stuff. push
Right.
people up into, and then
You seen that at night?
No, it's nice. It's all lit up.
There's all blue lights straight down. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do some night stuff at some point, but I don't know. The problem is we don't have camera lighting
Oh, I see.
as
Okay.
much
Okay.
as we need.
Okay.
I mean, we could try it, but then I also, it depends on if my son shows up and he says, I'm on my way, I might say, hey, come to my apartment instead of there, and we'll do the ground stuff first.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on if he's
Okay.
coming or not tomorrow morning.